must be too hot because I don't know what the hell was going on there. I was pressing the right button and the wrestling show's music kept coming up.
I saw that.
90 degrees today, I think.
Yeah. It's up there.
Yeah, maybe 92.
Dude, this is the first time this has ever happened. I've never seen my dogs ever do this before. My wife was telling me that when I came home from when I was out earlier, that dogs, she opened up the back door for them to go out, didn't even touch the ground, felt the heat and turned around and came back in the house. My other pug wants to be out there. In the morning, if I put her out, she'll sit out there for 3 hours. Doesn't want to come in the house. She went, yeah, I'm good, dude.
Good for, yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, and tomorrow, one thing, we're in Western New York for anybody who's not like we are. And it's 90. It's been 90 for or at least 89, 88 for the past 3 days. But I guess tomorrow it's supposed to go down to 73. So that'll be kind of nice.
Yeah.
All right. Done with the weather. All right. Let's talk real quick, Scott, about the NBA Finals last night, Game 1. And it ended up 104-93. Denver wins. And Adebayo played great, 26 points. Jimmy Butler played bad again. Just like he's had a couple.
What's going on with him lately?
I don't know. He didn't play well against the Celtics either.
Last stretch of it, the last few games, I think the last 3 games.
Been a little lot. Yeah, he's having a hard time. And if he doesn't start, they'll get swept in 4. I mean, they'll get swept easily. Because Murray had 26, but we were talking off the air. I'll tell you, Jokic is unbelievable. 27 points, 10 rebounds, 14 assists. Had 10 of those assists in the first half. I got to say this. He's been MVP. He was a 2-time MVP back-to-back. They gave it to Embiid this year. Probably it should have been. They don't like to get – I was looking through the years. They don't give them out in threes.
They don't get back-to-backs, huh? Trifectas?
Yeah, they won't give them. But this guy probably deserves it. And I was thinking watching him, he's very unselfish.
Very.
He doesn't even care. He was going into halftime with only 13 points, I think.
Well, because he'll have weeks he scores 30, 34, 40. It's amazing. But if you watch, him and Jimmy Butler's like this too.
Yeah.
They're more of a team. Jimmy doesn't get as many assists, but Jokic, his assists, they have 10 in the first half. A player of his caliber.
Yeah.
That's the most, in the finals, that is the most unselfish. Talk about being an unselfish guy. That'd be a dude I'd want to go play with.
Yeah. Absolutely.
He's a superstar and he's unselfish. That's a quality you don't see a lot in the NBA.
And we were talking earlier, a second-round pick. And in the NBA, when you're a second-round pick, you usually don't even – a lot of times you don't even make the team.
People don't even generally know who you are.
Yeah.
Other than you were the second-round pick.
Yeah, 44th overall for Jokic. And he made that one, and I'm sure some of you saw it. Adebayo's playing good against him in the fourth quarter, and he's kind of pushing him back. He's got his – Jokic's got his back to the rim. And decides to just do a turnaround jump shot that Larry Bird didn't even hit the rim, right in. So
we're talking about a guy that's he's 6'11". The dude is shooting 3-pointers.
And he's got to be.
You don't see that very often. You just don't generally see the big guys shoot. He does it on a pretty regular basis. He might not shoot 5 or 6 or anything, but he'll always shoot a couple 3-pointers a game, it seems like. And it's so weird to watch it. And he hits them.
I don't know what his weight is, but he might be close to 300 pounds. I mean, he's the one guy that I'd have loved to have seen play Shaq. That would have been interesting to see that.
Can you imagine that
battle?
Because they're almost the same size.
I think they might be close. Yeah, right? And
they both play a similar style of game, I guess you would say. Shaq wasn't a super selfish player, was he?
No, he just couldn't shoot. I mean, he just couldn't shoot. He was so bad from the free throw line and stuff.
That was always the running joke with him, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he wasn't a real good shooter. I mean, he's nothing like Jokic, unbelievable.
Just like Shaq 2.0.
Yeah, he's like Kevin Durant. He's like Kevin Durant, but bigger, I don't know, bulkier or something. Dude. Sometimes he's playing point guard. There are times where he's bringing the ball. I watched it last night where he brought the ball. He just dribbled straight down. And
he lumbers.
Yeah, and he set up the offense, and he put in there. No,
and Adebayo had a great game.
He did.
He had a great game. But, dude, that's a tough task, man. Dude, they're the 8th seed. Let's call it for what it is.
Right.
They're going to win. I think it's going to be a total sweep. I really don't think. Yeah. Unless Himmy Bucket starts hitting Well, I think it's gonna be a sweep. Honestly,
they lose last night 104-93.
Cover the spread.
Jokic has 27, and Adebayo has 26. Okay, good. Murray has 26, but Butler has 13. If Butler can have, that could have been we were just waiting. As I was watching the game, they got it down to 10. And I think even the announcer said, maybe we can make a game of it.
Or just not taking shots?
That's a good question because I didn't look at his shot, what his deal was, how many shots he attempted. But watching him, I don't know. It didn't look good. It just didn't look right. I don't know. He could be hurt too. I mean, he did. I don't know how many times in these playoffs, whether it was against the Knicks. Against the Knicks, I didn't think he was going to come back because he twisted his ankle or something. And so, I mean, it could be.
Yeah, well, he went 6 of 14, so he didn't even take 20 shots. There was three other guys. He generally takes about 20 shots a game.
Yeah, he didn't even take shots.
All his games were. I'm just looking at the last 1, 2, 3, the whole series with Boston and this game with Denver. When he's missing shots, he'll only take like 13 or 14. It's in the teens.
Right.
He stops taking shots. It's like he doesn't try.
Miami needs another option, probably. They probably need a better. I know they have some guys there, but they probably could use another
team philosophy, right? Like not any one big massive star player. It's kind of
kind of what they have. Absolutely. Robin, go ahead.
That's what I was just gonna say. I think Denver's a more complete team.
Oh, Denver definitely is. Yes,
two massive stars on the team that they can depend on week in and week out.
Because Jamal Murray's awfully good, right? I mean,
it's great.
Yeah. So this might. What do you think, Rob? Going 4?
I think Miami gets 1.
And then it's 5. And so they'd go back home and win it. Denver.
So you're going with the Drake bet.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
Drake bet I think 200,000 or 150,000 that they would win in 5.
In 5.
I think it was within 5 games. Denver.
I didn't even know that, but
there was some. You know what else too isn't matter anymore? And you were talking about Bill Walton. I don't think that for some reason altitude doesn't matter anymore. You remember in the 80s and 90s, you go play the Denver Broncos, you go play the Avalanche or whatever you're going to play. Oh my God! And it seemed to affect them. There must be new developments.
It only matters in field goal kicking.
Yeah, because of the air, right? Because of how the. But as far as you not being able to breathe, that doesn't happen anymore. I notice ever.
I'm sure they got there early enough to get acclimated to the weather. I don't even know why I listened to Walton, because if you would have heard that interview on McAfee, that guy's eating way too many. He's been to too many dead shows.
Yeah, no doubt.
He is a mental fucking mess. Pardon my French.
Yeah.
You can't even follow him. He branched off so many times into different conversations. Like he was talking about aliens and spaceships and hippie shit, and then okay, dude, whatever, bro.
Yeah, Bill Walton. He's California. He's all California too. UCLA.
Yeah, he's the epitome of a deadhead. He said, I found the dead when I was 15.
He's got to be 70-something now, I bet you. Has to be.
He talks like he's a hippie from the 60s, dude. Yeah. That's how he talks.
It's so funny. And it's unbelievable. Yeah, it'd be like Cheech and Chong, type of thing. It's it's ridiculous.
A guy so a salesman that comes to my work, he's a big Fish fan, Deadhead fan, and all that. And he said he was at a Dead show once, and Bill Walton was there, and he was closer to the front, and he's like, dude, and all you see are people, and then like a fucking tree.
Yeah.
He didn't have any problem watching any show he ever went to because he towered. He was like this taller than everybody else.
He's a 7-footer, I think.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Wow, and him in the crowd. Go ahead, Rep.
I was gonna agree with you.
No, yeah. What a good player he was. I mean, thinking of him way back in the past. Yeah. Well, this guy's going to get drafted who I can't remember his name, number 1 overall. He's supposed to be 7'5".
Yeah, I know.
He wasn't into sports or anything, he said, either.
What's that?
It wasn't like Bill Walton. His parents weren't into sports, so it wasn't like they were pushing him, Right.
Yeah.
He kind of did it on his own. That's pretty amazing.
It is. So that's Denver-Miami, game 1, went to Denver. Could have been worse than 11. I actually thought it could have been a lot worse. So Miami did make it respectable. Jimmy Butler's got to wake up.
They covered the spread. The spread was 9.
It was 9. Oh, nice.
And then what was the final?
It was 104-93. So it was 11.
Oh no, so it was 11. Okay, so they didn't fucking cover the spread. I thought they were going to cover the spread.
watching the game, you would never have guessed that it was only 11.
No, it felt like it felt like it was a blowout, more of a blowout.
Yeah, it felt like a lot more than 11.
If Jokic would decide, I'm imagining he could have scored 50 last night. Like, it just doesn't. I think it's pretty much up to him how many points he wants to score. That's what it feels like. So, unless he's just missing. I mean, there's times he's just,
And if you look at his stats, that's exactly how it goes. When he has his, obviously, when he has his 30, 40-point nights, his assists are probably down to nothing.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't even need to play that, probably because the team they're playing is not going to be that hard for them to beat. That's
Miami. Yeah, because it would have been nice. I wanted to see Jokic play Embiid. I was hoping the 76ers would move on. I kind of wanted Giannis to move on. But then even Boston, I don't think they'd have been able to control him. I don't know who would have been able to.
So, man, they were just the play was so up and down, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Every series, it seemed like Tatum would just disappear. Couldn't hit a shot to save his life. And I'm like, this guy's so great. How do you get into the playoffs and play like this?
No doubt. No, I know. And in fourth quarters too, he had some tough time. I saw her
gonna come back and beat Miami. I really did.
I did too. I thought Game 7 was there.
Jimmy Butler was playing. Based on Jimmy Butler's play and how they were starting to pick things up again, but he had another one, and Jason Tatum had another one of the same games he had throughout the series. Shit the bed, 14 points, I think, or something like that.
And then they're going to be interesting to see if they do anything, if they make a deal, if they trade Jaylen Brown. There's been a lot of talk of breaking that up a little bit.
Kind of got to blow it up a little bit, right?
Yeah. Let's move on because we got a lot. But the NHL finals start tomorrow, finally, after a long layoff, especially for the Panthers. They've had a long.
What's it been for them? 3 weeks?
It's probably been 10 days, I bet, for Florida.
God, it just seems like it was longer than that.
I know, right? So Florida playing Las Vegas. Vegas has the home ice advantage. And as I said, Florida's been off for a long time.
Home ice advantage.
What's that?
Is it a higher seed?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Because much like the Miami Heat, Florida was an 8 seed themselves. They shouldn't even. If Pittsburgh beats Chicago the last game of the season, Pittsburgh's in, Florida's out. So
that's just so crazy to me, dude. Isn't it amazing that both leagues are mirroring each other right now?
They really are. Yeah, they really are. And I'll tell you something real quick before we break down the game a little bit. Don't get upset. I like people that like hockey have been talking a little bit of shit about the fact that it's Vegas, Florida, and I understand because Florida don't like. You watch a Florida game like Game 7, the Game 60 of the season, the place is empty. So people get kind of pissed, like why, whatever. It's two good teams, and it's going to be. I think this is going to be a hell of a finals because, Robin, go ahead. I know you had something.
No, I do too. I think I've been looking forward to this. I think the layoff hurts the Panthers a bit.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll get into that. But, I think even though they're two teams that you wouldn't expect, two teams that haven't ever won, they were the two best teams in the playoffs. So I think it'll be fun to see them play each other.
Certainly in the playoffs they were, because Florida was not a good regular season team.
No, not at all. But they were the previous year they won the President's Trophy. So
No, you're right. No, I know. So now you got Jack Eichel, who is number one center for and he's played well. It's funny, again, in the last series, Scott and Robin, he was dominating, but he didn't put the puck in the net. But every time he touched the puck, it felt like he was going to.
Right.
So it would set someone else up.
And I think it's interesting that this is Eichel's first playoff ever after being drafted second overall.
Yeah, it does suck. It's
more mature, healthy now.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the
Vegas. He's got the Sabres would not let him get that surgery. The Golden Knights did.
I don't understand why.
That was bad move.
I don't understand that.
I didn't understand it either. But I will say this: on that deal, in my mind, both teams made out really well. Yeah,
Sure.
the Sabres really got some good players, and obviously Vegas has had
And
that's one of those
turning it
deals
around.
that was good for everyone.
Yeah.
Very good. But then we got what's going to be cool about this series? Now I watched Florida manhandle the Leafs and everyone else, really, even the Bruins. Now here, get this. Since they were down 3-1 to the Bruins, they came back and win that series. They play the Leafs. No, game 5. Maybe it was game 5 against the Bruins, I think. Bobrovsky gave up more than 2 goals. Since then, he hasn't given up more than 2 goals. They've won 11 out of 12 games, and he has not given up 2 goals. He hasn't given up more than 2 goals yet.
Hey, is he going to have trouble with that? So the style play between the two. Now, is Vegas are they more of a bully type team? Are they going to be able to, or is Florida going to hammer them guys like they did with Toronto?
No, that's going to be the fun part. Vegas is the same. I mean, they're not going to be intimidated. They're going to hammer. They have the physical presence to do.
Who has the better star power? Vegas?
That's interesting. That's a good question on star. You would almost, oh my God, because you got Barkov, Kachuk, and then Montour, ex-Sabre, by the way, defenseman. Then you go to the other side, Eichel. Marchessault is awfully good.
Yeah.
Stone, it's so close. When you look at it that way, star power-wise, it's really Kachuk against Eichel. But Barkov is awfully good, too.
If you had to bet out of the two, who would you be more apt to take? Who do you think is going to win the cup?
All right, well, I think it's going to go 7. And I think here's what I think. let me give you a little 2 scenarios. Game 1, if Bobrovsky, now he's been off a long time. He's the hottest goalie. He's having a historic playoff. Unbelievable. If let's say something happens where pucks are squeezing through him, and all of a sudden they're going through his leg. He has a bad game 1. I mean, it could be ugly. I don't know. I got a bad feeling. I think game 1 is huge.
You think it'll get his head, Bobrovsky's head?
It could, because he's had in the past. He's a $10 million goalie. He's overpaid, or he was, not now, because look what he's doing. But there was times in his past where, puck's going to go right through the arm, or a soft one goes in. Hasn't happened yet. Robin, go ahead.
Bobrovsky replaced Lyon. He's 11-2. Right. And I mean,
well, remember he was sick. That's another thing about Bobrovsky. If you don't remember, he was sick. That's why he missed a bunch of games. And Lyon saved the day. The backup goalie saved their season. And then, And the backup goalie is what ended up that they didn't turn to Bobrovsky till game 5 in Boston, and that's when he goes on his run.
Good for him, man. Good for him.
Yeah, I mean, I at first thought to myself that I kind of discounted him and thought that he was due to go the other direction. But he's a 2-time Vezina winner, which is something that I think matters. He's done it in the past.
Never been good in the playoffs, though, really.
Yeah.
This is the first time he's ever really performed. I mean, no one's performing like this, but he's had his moments where he has, in big games, has been a little not come up big. So this is a big day. This is good for him.
If I had to say, I mean, I would say the odds are about right. I think the Knights are like -130 to win the series, to win the cup. And I would say that's about right. And I think that the Knights are going to win. I would say they're going to win in 6.
I think Florida will be interesting game 1. They could win game 1. It wouldn't shock me because they always win game 1 on the road.
Right. They've won 8 straight.
Yeah, on the road.
How are they at home, though? Is that where they lose their games?
They don't lose any game. That might have been where they lost their 1.
Oh, you said he's only lost 2 games, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they took the Leafs in 5, and then who did they play? Did they sweep? They swept Carolina. So
it hinges on how well Bobrovsky plays, really.
It really is on him. If he gives up, because they don't score a lot of goals either. They're winning games 3-2. like that. The games they've won have all been 3-2.
I started betting it because you kept telling me he doesn't let in more than 2 goals.
He just won't.
That information, and you were right. I followed it, and I was betting along with it. I wasn't betting a ton of money or anything, but I did make a few bucks off him.
The thing with the Panthers is they keep it close. I think the last 8 games of theirs have been decided by 1 goal.
I could see unders in this a lot because, Las Vegas plays that little trap in the neutral zone where they try to and think about Florida comes back. Florida they're trying to, they're forecheckers. They want to get in on you quick and hit the defenseman, but the way Vegas plays, I think it'll slow them up a little.
I think so too.
So I think you're going to have that's why I think it's going to be tight. I don't see it being
fun.
I think it's going to go 7, and I think I don't have a strong enough opinion on Vegas. I think they'll win, but Florida just gives me, I don't know. There's something about Florida that makes me just wonder.
Florida doesn't have that like feeling of being the team to win this year. They really do. I think it all hinges on Bobrovsky.
Guess what? Barkov and Bennett are back. Remember we talked about this one time, Scott? Barkov and Bennett, when they're both on the ice, and it doesn't matter if they're on different lines. When they're both healthy and playing, this team they were good last year. This year, Bennett missed like 26 games, whatever. Bennett's been unbelievable. Sam Bennett has been doesn't score, but just physical presence.
Oh my God,
has been unreal.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. Let me bring up this for you guys.
Barkov's line with Verhaeghe and Duclair.
Ex-Maple Leaf Verhaeghe. Yeah. Duclair's good. Duclair's fast. Wait till you see him. Let's talk about the Conn Smythe real quick.
Yeah.
The Conn Smythe Trophy, which is it's the playoff. It should be the MVP of the playoffs, but of course, it's usually who's in the finals. Well, this is from FanDuel. We got. I'm going to read it off. Bobrovsky plus 200, Tkachuk plus 350, Eichel at 400, Marchessault at 650, Carlson plus 700, Hill plus, and that's the goalie, Aiden Hill for Vegas, plus 1,000. Mark Stone plus 2,000. Second line setter Stevenson for Vegas is plus 7,500. This one is unreal to me. No. Hey, Alex Pietrangelo is plus 12,000. Barkov is plus 12,000. He could easily have 6 goals in this series, and that to me is worth something. Because
you can find that. I'll place a bet on it right now if it's available.
Because why couldn't he? Why couldn't he score 7 goals easily and dominate the series?
To me, though, if you're talking the best player of the playoff, I don't know how you don't put your money at plus 350 on Tkachuk, considering in the sweep of Carolina, he scored 3 game-winning goals.
Yeah, overtime goals.
Yeah, 3 game winners.
You know who defended him well? The Leafs.
Right.
He did nothing against them.
I know.
And they still bowed out. I like Marchessault at plus 650. I like him a lot. I would, if I'm betting this, I would love to give him a shot.
Yeah.
But I can't believe Barkov. Barkov is, and Aiden Hill too at plus 1,000. If Vegas wins, he will be in the question. He'll be in the discussion for Conn Smythe, and he's the goalie.
For me, it's between Aiden Hill and Eichel.
For the other side,
for the Knights, yeah. But if I think that Florida is gonna win, I think hands down it should be Tkachuk if they're taking the overall, unless he shifts.
But Bobrovsky's got to be.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, if you take playoffs, he's been.
Yeah, that's true.
He's been just historic. I mean, unbelievable.
Yeah, man.
He's been the reason.
Yeah,
he is the reason.
We're offered on FanDuel. You can't bet on Conn Smythe on FanDuel.
You can't know what the hell is it? Maybe this is from Canada.
It might be because I don't see it on here anywhere.
What the hell? This is.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not looking in the right place. Is it under like futures?
No, I got it from TSN. So maybe it's only a Canadian thing. So
yeah, they don't have like awards like MVP and stuff like that on FanDuel for some reason. I don't know why.
That must be FanDuel Canada. Damn them. What the hell? But why don't they have that? Maybe they will. I'm surprised that they wouldn't have that award is it's a pretty big one in the NHL, the Conn Smythe Trophy. But all right, anyways, if you get a chance to bet it, take a look where Barkov is, because
that's a lot. Even to throw $5-10 on it, that's a lot. That's a good payoff if he wins. You never know, man.
Because he's a good goal scorer. He could score 6. He could score 7. I could see it happening. He can dominate. He's huge, the big guy, and he's their first line center too. That doesn't make any sense to me. Aiden Hill, all that. Who do you think's going to win, Scott? Who do you think wins this series?
I already have my money on him.
Who do you got?
I got Florida. I took them back a couple weeks ago.
That's right.
It just seemed to be. I don't know, man. They seem to beat the odds every time. I mean, they face some good hockey teams, and they keep coming out on top.
Yeah.
Like I have to. Once you mentioned to me a while earlier about Bobrovsky, and I paid attention. Like I said, I've been kind of paying attention to Florida hockey just due to the fact that I was betting them.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I like Florida. I mean, I could cycle and them pulling it off. I honestly, I could flip a coin with it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I could flip a coin too. Now, this other podcast I was on, talking to a guy who's a little more of an expert, Jim, and he really liked. He was kind of, but I think he was even. It's easy to see Florida winning this.
It is.
It's very easy to see that. I could see it. What if they come out tomorrow and win game 1? That will be. It's going 7.
Right.
It's gonna go. I can't see this going short.
Yeah.
Unless Aiden Hill. See, that's the other thing. We don't know how Aiden Hill's going to play. He's a rookie.
Right.
That's a straight, real rookie in there. And
goal scorer? Like what position does he play?
Oh, he's the goalie. He's Vegas's goalie.
Oh, okay. So, so a hell of a year.
Yeah, they've had 8 million goalies they've played over there.
Yeah.
They even have Jonathan Quick sitting on the bench.
We're just changing the guys in and out. They're depending on their scoring.
No, it's weird. Aiden Hill came in probably, I wish I could remember. It wasn't in the Edmonton series, but I remember when he came in, and he's never given it up.
Right. Vegas is the highest scoring team, but
defensively they're strong, man.
Yeah.
Their defense is strong. It's going to be good. This is the only thing I'll say this. Here's something back to the Leafs series that I said on this show that I've been waiting for to happen and it hasn't. I've been waiting for the defense for Florida to slow down. Like, they got old guys, Mark Stahl and Gudis. Those guys I thought would get taken advantage of. And so far, they haven't. Not even close. They've been actually really good.
They have been.
So we'll see. I look forward to it, though. Tomorrow I must be on at 8 o'clock, is my guess.
I mean, what I think could be a difference maker is Vegas's fourth line.
Oh.
Of Carrier, Waugh, and Colasar.
Can you imagine when you get those fourth lines?
It's at 8 o'clock. It's at 8 o'clock, yeah.
8 o'clock game. Can you imagine when those fourth lines play each other? Because you know how Florida's, they're very, very, I mean, Colasar won that game, the last one against Dallas himself. Right. But then you get them with Lumberg, Stahl, White, and you add in different guys. It's going to be good. I look forward to it. I think it's going to be more competitive than the NBA Finals.
Oh,
I believe. Sure. Let's see what Chris says here. Chris says, let's remember when Vegas started in the NHL. They went, yes, they did. Their first year, they went to the Stanley Cup, but didn't win. So now maybe is it? Yeah, that's right. I'll tell you, for a team that's been in the league, 5 years, 6 years, 5 years, 2 Stanley Cup Finals. The Leafs have been in it for a long time, since 1919, and they haven't been in a Stanley Cup Final since 1967. That's crazy. Not that they didn't win, just be in it to have a chance. They've never even been in that game.
Missed it, huh? Wow.
Since 67. There's a curse of some sort. Don't know what it is. Bill Barilko? I don't know who the fuck it is.
Disappeared that summer.
Yeah, that's right.
Is a sleeper, I think, for Conn Smythe is Mark Stone.
He could be. Yeah, another one. I mean, he's got that Barkov feeling to him.
Mm-hmm.
He could dominate the series. All right, here's what we're going to do. We need to take our break, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about Skip Bayless's stuff that's going on with him and Shannon Sharp. And then today's a big day in the NFL calendar. It's June 2nd. And it means a lot, I guess, to cap situations and players and who's going where. A lot of interesting stuff. So let me find our commercials, and we'll be back in about a minute and a half.
Digits 988 can save a life. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988.
Welcome back to Spitballing Sports. A little while ago, me and you talked about when there was that big fight between Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe, and wasn't it you remind me? Wasn't it like he was telling Shannon Sharpe that he was jealous of Tom Brady and that Brady was better than him?
Career than him, and he had to retire. You had to retire when you were 35. You're just jealous.
Yeah, and he was saying, because what was he saying? He was trying to say that Shannon Sharpe always picked on Brady. He picked on him too much. Always put him down. And the reason he was putting him down was because he was better than him.
That you disrespect him all the time. That's what
disrespect. But Shannon Sharpe also won an MVP, I believe.
Shannon Sharpe's also in the Hall of Fame.
In the Hall of Fame, too, yeah. So what happened now? Are they breaking up, Scott?
Oh, this past week, that was Shannon's last day on Undisputed. He's done.
Wow. Do you ever find
contract from FS1? Let him out of his contract. I believe that ESPN's pursuing him. I don't know if he's going to end up there, but I think he might.
He'd be great for NFL type.
Skip Bayless is an idiot.
Yeah.
I don't even know how that guy has a show. It's a waste of time. It's an old man dressing in waka wear and talking shit. He's horrible. No one likes him. His takes are terrible, but we just have to sit and listen to him talk about the teams that he likes, like Dallas and shit like that.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's
an all Dallas show.
It is, yeah.
I think he's very phony. I think his whole persona is an act where, like, you have a guy like Stephen A. Smith, for example, to pick another guy that's not a player. Stephen A. Smith, I believe that's really what you see is really him. That's really who he is. Whereas Skip Bayless, I think, is trying to.
And those two were partners for a long, long time. That was the show.
Right.
And probably Skip, I think Skip is jealous, maybe.
Cool or something. He's trying to be hip and cool.
Yeah. And he can't be. He can't be Stephen A. Smith. He never could. I don't know why. And that's what it felt like. And some of this Twitter stuff is the dumbest stuff I ever seen. I remember with the Hamlin thing. He was absolutely stupid. Some of the stuff.
That's another incident where him and Skip Bayless, him and Shannon Sharpe got into it, was the DeMar Hamlin thing.
Yeah,
that's what he tweeted out.
He was just it was just stupid. The one tweet. It was, And it only could have been done for attention. There's no way.
There's no way they should end this game. They have to play the game.
He couldn't have meant that.
It was so poorly timed.
Yeah, it was right. Yes, it was unbelievable when he put it out.
Laying on the field.
Yeah, I know. He was dead at the point, and this idiot puts it.
That's what I mean. Like, he could have tweeted that the next day and maybe gotten away
with it. Yeah, and he might have got killed. But you're right. He did it when the guy was.
But yeah, I mean, if
all of America was shook up, no doubt. Once you realize what was going on, I don't care who the hell you are, you were a little shook. And
absolutely.
And this idiot comes out. I saw it when he did it. I saw it. Remember, I think I showed it to you. I was like, this guy, he's really just.
Too. I'm like, this idiot needs to get punched in the side of the head.
Yeah, my God. But so has Shannon Sharpe, has anyone said anything?
He hasn't said a word. He's shared tweets and liked tweets.
Oh, has he?
He has not said anything.
Was there one that he liked, or maybe about jealousy? Was there something?
It was something about FS. I can't remember what it was. There was a few of them that I read. It might have been. It might have been.
Yeah, I didn't read anything. So I wonder what they do with Bayless now. I can't imagine he's on his own, because that would be horrible.
It's a horrible show. Shannon Sharpe was the only reason I ever watched it.
Yeah. I mean, no one's partnering with him. No athlete. I can't imagine an athlete would ever partner with him again.
Right.
After that,
to do it, they'll pay somebody enough to do it.
After what he said, that Tom Brady thing was so ridiculous, and so I never seen anything like so childish.
Yeah.
I actually thought it was set up at first. I'm like, this has got to be, a work here. It's got to be a fix. It's what they're doing, but it wasn't. I mean, when you heard Shannon Sharpe's voice crack, he can't be that good of an actor.
Bayless too.
Yeah.
Bayless's voice was crazy, but yeah, Shannon was like, "What?"
How did Bayless even? I mean, he's got a lot of nerve. That guy could kill him if you got him mad enough.
Shannon Sharpe is in phenomenal shape.
Yeah, remember when he was going to fight? Who was he going to fight at the basketball game?
I can't remember what basketball player it was, but it was somebody.
Yeah, he was going to fight one. Who the hell was that? Oh my God! It was someone I think it was Dylan Brooks.
There was a picture last year put out, Shannon Sharpe with whoever he was working out with, and he was doing poses. They were screwing around. I was like, holy shit.
I wonder if he could
better shape than some of the football players.
Yeah, I wonder if he could still play. You really wonder.
I totally wouldn't doubt it.
What's up, Robin?
So Shannon Sharpe clicked the little heart on this tweet from Dan Clark, a baseball writer with more than 50,000 followers.
What is it?
And it says, Shannon Sharpe has outgrown Skip Bayless. He is far superior. He has a wonderfully bright future ahead. Bayless, meanwhile, won't find another partner. His career will nosedive because he is a piece of shit.
There you go. And he hearted it. He gave the heart. Well, that's it. That says it all.
Thanks,
wow.
Baby.
And that's someone from in the industry, too. Wow.
Yeah.
Skip. Well, you're right, though. It was always, if you watched him, you're going to talk about Jerry Jones and the Cowboys. I remember the one time when where he said that Baker Mayfield would be he'd be bigger than LeBron James in Cleveland. He made that proclamation right to the camera, and he said that Baker Mayfield would be, without a doubt, he would end up being a bigger celebrity in Cleveland than LeBron James ever could be.
How'd that work?
Again, another Texas guy, though. It always comes back to Texas with him, or something weird about it.
Hey, I got a little information that we didn't discuss prior. Just a little thing I want to tell you about that I just on Bleacher Report.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Sports Illustrated reporter confirms Philly and Seattle were this close to a deal for Russell Wilson before he said no.
Oh, wow.
Think of the implications that would have on the football world if he said yeah.
Yeah, if he goes to Philadelphia.
What a dipshit he is, too, huh?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. He's a – and I don't even think he's that – I got to be honest. Well, let me see this year. Because
well, if anybody's going to bring it out of him, it's going to be him.
I thought physically
I think he's the only one left that could maybe help him.
Now, you guys watched everything. Didn't he look – he just looked physically different to me. Yeah. I don't know what it was. He wasn't as elusive, I guess.
Didn't look like he was trying. He didn't look. He wasn't. He was a different player.
He looked a little heavier. He looked a little less mobile. Yeah, just
a little puffy.
Yeah, weird. Just a weird situation for him. And then you know what it is? He's not real likable. That's another problem for him. All that
He's fucking phony.
Yeah, he's so phony.
Yeah.
I mean, it's real. He talks in different voices. Sometimes he's from the streets.
Man.
His hair's being braided.
When you've got to call Team 3 to see if he'll even speak with you, like, who the fuck is he?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't get what it is with Denver. Why there's always this thought that Denver's going to be good. I don't think they're going to be good.
I don't either.
I have no reason to think, but do you know what I mean? Like every year, it's Denver's name always surfaces. I just don't think they can be. I don't think they can be good. But I
They're
want to
all their props right now because of the coaches. That's it.
Yeah, that's got to be it. Now, January, June 2nd has come, and in the NFL, that's a humongous day. Maybe guys get cut. Maybe the salary cap gets adjusted. All kinds of things happen.
Yep.
And it's funny because our guy DeAndre Hopkins is working himself out of places that he wanted to play because Buffalo and Kansas City aren't taking him. He ain't coming. Who else can't get him? The Chargers aren't going to be able to do it. So all these teams that he wants, Billy can't do it. Not for what he wants.
He's a shitty team because it's going to be the OBJ situation. He talked all this shit, right? Saying he wants to come to the Bills. I hate it when players do this. And then he's going to turn around and he's going to grab a bag with some shit team not a shit team, but somebody like Detroit or somebody like that. He'll get a bag from just some team, some other team. He's probably going to end up in Cleveland, I think.
I'm feeling Cleveland. Robin, what do you think?
I think he's going to Baltimore.
He could, but I don't know if they have enough money. They're going to have to be I don't know how they could do it.
How are you going to supply
$13 million?
I was having a hard time believing how it would work with Buffalo. How are you going to keep Diggs and him happy? How are you going to be able to keep OBJ and him happy? How are you going to do that?
I don't know. You know where I think? You know who's got a lot of money? Dallas.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Dallas.
You know, if you saw that happen.
Did you see the stuff that came out? Did you see the NFL execs? What they supposedly came out and said about Hopkins?
What's that?
He doesn't get the separation like he used to anymore. There was a lot of fucking shit about him. It was an article last week I saw saying the reason that they're not going to target him. He's not what he used to be. Which he probably isn't, but he catches everything.
I saw teams came out and pretty much said it. The Titans and the Jets both said basically they're not going to mess with them.
How much money, man?
Yeah, $15 million he wants.
If you're the Jets, why would you? The Jets are in a fine situation. Why would you fuck that up?
Yeah, and they got $24 million to get. Why bother? They got $24 million. I was looking at cap stuff today, supposedly up to date, and the good teams. I'm going to keep like Chicago and them out of it. Of the good teams, if you consider the Jets, they're got $24 million, right? Then Dallas at 20, the Browns have 15.5, Miami has 13.9, the Lions have 23 million, so they could do something if we were going to consider them good.
They asked him about it, and Dan Campbell didn't even want to talk about it.
He's not. No, Baltimore's got 13. Philly has 13.8. Kansas City and Buffalo, they are what they are. They got $1 million, and they're just. But they got their guy. Really, when you think about it.
Does he want to win a ring?
You got their team. They got their team.
Do you want to really possibly win a ring? So it's either play for incentives and your championship you're always looking for, or get your final bag, dude. That's it. That's his options right now.
Yeah. And whatever he wants to do.
Bag or try to win a championship because you're probably going to be out of the league in 2 years.
And his injury, I'd be a little concerned at $15 million. There is injury issues, not just the suspension. He's had some.
You don't award the guy now for what he did 5 years ago.
Right. Yeah. 15 mil.
Did Jones get a bag when he left Atlanta?
Yeah, no. Julio Jones.
I mean, did any of those guys get bags when they left where they were at? What about Cincinnati? When he went to Tampa Bay? Didn't go from, where did he go? From Cincinnati.
Who was it?
He was there with Andy Dalton all the time. Jesus Christ, why am I forgetting?
I'm forgetting. Well, you said Julio Jones. He's a perfect example. He was signing for minimums. I don't know what the hell he was doing. He was just latching on. Yeah, I can't know. I'm trying to think too. Who would it couldn't be? Yeah, I can't remember. I think Scott's looking it up. But you've got the Dolphins that seem to be hot on the trail of Dalvin Cook.
Oh, AJ Green.
That's yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
he didn't look for a ton of fucking money.
No, he ended up in Arizona and just kind of wasted away.
but he thought they were close.
He thought they were close, yeah. So Delvin Cook's another one.
I think Delvin Cook is the difference maker.
Oh, I think if he can go to Buffalo, but he can't. He wants too much. It's 13 and
Are
a
they
half.
going to put him in over his brother?
What's that?
They're going to bring him to Buffalo so he can compete with his brother for snaps? I don't think Buffalo's not doing that.
They can't do it though.
I don't even know why they even suggest people were talking like that in the preseason, like in the off season. I don't understand that one.
But you know what I don't understand is how people are just saying shit. Look at the cap space. There is no chance that you can bring in. Now Miami can. Good for them. If they get him, I think he's a difference maker. Yes, he's a machine. He's awfully good.
Prescott's a lot better.
Check out Dallas. They might get into this because Zeke Elliott's going to get cut or has been cut, whatever.
I'm a little freaked out by that whole Trayvon Diggs post on Twitter when somebody said, when's your brother coming? And he said, soon. I don't know. And then he deleted it. I don't know if they're just fucking with people, I think, because he can't leave.
No.
Buffalo could trade him if they wanted to.
Yeah. No. That's the thing in the NFL. Like that, and it's kind of like the NHL. That cap number can move around, but we're at a point now where you've already done all your adjustments. You've already done your, whatever you're doing with your buyouts and all that stuff. Now you're just cutting guys.
Buffalo's been grabbing like they grabbed a wide receiver from the XFL the other day. They're grabbing unknowns.
Yeah, because when you think about a team like them, team like Kansas City, those two, let's say, even Philadelphia to an extent, they're set. That team is the team to win, in their mind, is going to win. I think.
They don't have number one wideout in Kansas City because they have Travis Kelce. They don't need a number one wideout.
And that's what you're hoping in Buffalo, right? With the new guy. Maybe. Yeah. And you guys have a number one.
Dude, if he can put up half the numbers that Kelce puts up,
oh, yeah.
That's going to be fucking good.
They'll be tough to beat. Yeah. Offensively, they will be very tough. And like Cleveland, they're getting rid of Clowney and what's his name? John Johnson. So they're freeing up a lot of money. And the Dolphins with what the hell? Byron Jones. He's going to be gone. So that's about it, man. And I don't see the Bears or the bad teams signing. They're not going to get $15 million to DeAndre Hopkins.
He's at a point where he needs to, the teams, it's got to be like a 50-50 thing where he comes down in price and the team agrees to some incentive price or signing bonus that's decent to bring him on. That's really where he's at, I think.
It's got to be the Browns or he's
just going to go away in mediocrity with another team that doesn't win.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Because Dallas and the Browns and the Lions aren't doing it.
I think it takes less.
Takes less to go to Baltimore? I don't. It wouldn't be a substantial. It's 13.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not that much less. I think he'll take
that kind of.
He's not going to play for less than what OBJ's making.
That's the problem. That's what I wonder. He's pretty strong on 15. He don't want incentives. So he has really cut himself out.
Yeah.
He's basically, in my eyes, Miami's not messing with him, so forget them. And actually, they don't have enough.
I think that's also why he hired an agent. Because I don't think he was being able to handle the negotiations all that well.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On him. Smart move on his part.
Very smart. But as of right now, Dallas is it. Dallas, Cleveland, in my mind. Jets said no. Tennessee would have.
Houston.
Tennessee said no.
Possibly Houston.
That would be wild. He goes to Houston.
I've heard that's been talked a lot this week.
I've kind of heard that too. That would be dumb for Houston, but all right. Yeah.
I could totally see him going to Cleveland though.
I could. Cleveland's like that. They just take whatever they can find.
Yeah.
They don't care. They bring everyone in.
With the guy who started his career with him.
I know. Then Deshaun Watson's talking all that shit. He wants them. So
they
might as well do it.
Cleveland likes to jerk off and do all that shit with massage therapists. Everybody all of a sudden forgotten Deshaun Watson's a total piece of shit human being. Did you realize that this year? It's like it's not around anymore. Where'd that go?
Yeah, and I knew it. You knew it. It was gonna. That's why it wasn't so bad for him to just to sit away, to get off the field last year. That actually worked his advantage.
A lot of stuff talked about it last season, like as far as fans being crappy and things like that. It's just gonna disappear.
Fade away
to me.
Unless he's terrible. If for some reason he's
caught again, unless something else happens.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Dude, so it's going to happen at some point in his life. He's going to do something again. Those guys just do that shit.
You're right. They do. Guys like that they repeat themselves. I agree with that.
They're weird dudes, man. They're weird people.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now I don't think New England's doing anything with him. I don't see Hopkins going there. I don't even know why he would.
And Bill Belichick is not paying him a ton of money. There's just no way. Bill Belichick is not that guy.
Not paying him $15 million. No, he's just not. I think it just feels like Cleveland and Dallas for me. Dallas could step in. It wouldn't shock me in the least, but I think they're going to be more in Delvin Cook. I really do.
Yeah,
because they got it. Well, although maybe not. We like who they got there. What's his name? Who's the guy that Pollard? We like Pollard.
Injury, so you got to make sure he'll probably be okay.
Yeah. So maybe now these guys though. It's funny that they would put themselves in such a basket to where they only have a couple teams now that can even afford them.
Right.
Like if he throws out, I'm gonna 10 million. I'm gonna play for 10 million. Now you got the opportunity of adding incentives. There's so many things.
Imagine,
but at 15, you can't make it up.
Imagine if Delvin Cook goes to the Dolphins. I mean, that division just keeps getting better.
It just get better. But this division now starts to look like the AFC West of last year.
Yeah,
with these guys,
because all these guys got to get more talent to compete with the guys that they're going up against.
The Jets, the Bills, and the Dolphins should be I think it's going to
be an incredible division this year.
Should be great this year. It should be fun games when they match up.
I hope Tua's healthy because
everyone healthy.
I like watching him. I like watching Tua play. I'm not a Miami Dolphins fan, but man, I'm a fan of that guy.
And I like seeing, and I hate him. I did. I like seeing Aaron Rodgers play. I don't mind.
Me too.
And I'm curious to see how this unfolds. I mean, there's a lot of curiosity on that end to see how that really develops.
I'm just saying, he's older, dude. I don't care how healthy that guy is. Tom Brady. He's not like Tom Brady.
He's older.
He gets hurt.
He does get hurt now. He has been.
He's already had a calf injury since he's been there. Not that it would hold out of the game, but
right.
I want to like Aaron Rodgers, but I can't as a Bears fan, and I just hold that
I understand. It's like Tom Brady for the Bills.
Right, against him.
Yeah.
But I will say that I am curious, and I do want the Jets to do well. I kind of like their team. So
you got a soft spot because of my father.
Yeah.
My dad was a Jets fan, so she.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was.
Back in the day, I was a big Al Toon fan.
Oh, I used to like Al Toon. Wasn't he? He was blind in one eye, I think, or something, right? Or is he deaf? Which one?
I don't remember.
I think
it was great. He was fun to watch. He was awesome wideout, man.
Yeah, he was great. Yeah. Those days, that was like Ken O'Brien and stuff. Mm-hmm. That was a good team too. Ken O'Brien, though, was a good quarterback. But think of the great quarterbacks of that era.
Yeah, he was legally blind in his right eye.
Wow.
Yeah, but he probably won contacts.
You had Marino, you had Kelly, you had all the Elway, and Ken O'Brien couldn't match up, but he was really good. He was awfully good.
But he couldn't match up to those guys.
He's another one. So funny you bring him up. He couldn't really take that step.
He was like in the middle.
He was in the middle.
Who's that?
Esiason.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, he was like a mediocre guy.
And then you looked at the NFC during those years, and it was just terrible. Phil Simms wasn't really that great. Jeff Hostetler, even McMahon, he wasn't that great. I liked him, but whatever.
Yeah.
And it was just weird. It's kind of set up this.
What? Who'd you have back then? Neil O'Donnell. He was with Pittsburgh. Who the fucking quarterbacks were back in that era?
Oh, back then, you figure they were so bad in the NFC. I can't even. I
just remember Minnesota had a good run of horrible quarterbacks.
You're talking Minnesota back in the. Oh my God, Tommy Kramer. Mm-hmm. That's that guy.
Tommy Kramer. Yep.
So these guys were terrible. There was a Benny Testaverde with the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Before he became good. And so you had bad, very bad. And the AFC had it all. It's kind of similar to this year.
Right.
It has that same feel.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
All the quarterbacks are in the AFC, pretty much.
The AFC seems to keep getting better and better and better and better.
It is funny. And you know what I like? I like that the conferences feel different like they used to. I feel like the NFC is going back to trying to play defense a little more, run the ball a little more. But the AFC is what it used to. This is kind of similar. The AFC kind of throws the ball. They're more innovative over there. Whatever you want to say.
What if Sam Darnold takes the 49ers to the Super Bowl?
You know what? I hope so, because you saw what Le'Veon Bell said.
Awesome with the 49ers, dude. I think you're gonna see a different Sam Darnold.
Did you hear what Le'Veon Bell said?
What did he say?
He said that it was never Sam Darnold's fault when they were in New York.
His fault, dude. He got horrible. He was fucking great coming out of college.
He said he was bitching about the coaching is what he was, where Bell was going with that.
I've seen it 1,000 times with these guys.
Yeah,
coaching can destroy them.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. What about some betting? Do we have anything?
I have nothing. There's really nothing good to bet tonight. For me, I'm not a baseball guy, so unless I follow the Twitter guy, I don't have anything.
Hold on, though, because I do.
Oh, do you?
If you have the extra money and you just want to throw something on tomorrow's game, the Stanley Cup Final, give Florida a shot at winning Game 1. They like to win Game 1. I don't believe the time off is going to bother them. They have been. They're a different type of. They're just different.
Money line, huh?
Yeah.
They're plus 108. That's good.
Yeah, go with them. Go with Florida on the money line tomorrow.
I'm going to bet it right now.
And I would go Vegas tomorrow.
Well, we can't bet.
You guys are fucking killing me right now.
Yeah, no.
What a divided house you have.
Yeah, divided. I'll tell you this. I'm just saying, and I thought they'd be a bigger underdog. I'm shocked that tomorrow's game, they're only plus 108. I'd have figured it'd have been a little bigger.
Yeah.
Considering Florida coming off the layoff and Vegas, whatever. I love them. You know what? You could possibly take them minus 1.5 and see if they score in an empty net or something crazy. I think Florida wins Game 1. I don't know why. I just got this feeling, and it's kind of a, I don't even know, is it really a long shot, though, in all honesty? No, it's not. Aiden Hill might get a little shook up. You don't know how he's going to perform. Rookie against a guy who's making $10 million a year.
Two-time Vesna.
So let's see. I don't know, guys. Next week, though, when we come back, we didn't talk about John Morant, but John Morant, basically, Adam Silver said, I have new information about Morant, but I'm not going to say it until after the finals because, and this is what caught my attention, guys, is that he said, I don't want it to overshadow the finals. So what the hell could it be? What could Morant have done? You know what I mean? To have caused that much of a stir.
I don't know, dude. He's swinging them guns around and stuff, so I don't understand what that kid is doing.
I know. There's got to be a substance abuse. What do you think? There's got to be substance.
I don't know, man. It's just like, why does he want to be a gangster?
I know.
Grow up in that life. He should really hope and be happy that he didn't grow up in that life. He should be very happy he didn't. Why does he want to go to that? Why is he interested in violence? He's not that big of a dude.
I know.
He'd probably get his ass kicked on the streets, to be honest with you.
I mean, if he wanted to be like, he doesn't sing, so it isn't that, the rapping stuff.
It'd be cool. I don't know why.
Well, we know a lot of people like that, even in my own life. That there's that just can't get out of being 16. They just
I hear you. That's true.
They will not.
Ja, 23, 24?
Probably 23. Let's give him that. Yeah.
He's probably still pretty immature.
Very, and got a ton of money.
Existence for the most part.
Yeah. And now, I'm just curious, what does Adam Silver know? Because what we've seen is him waving guns around like a fool, and he's been in strip clubs doing the same. And, what could he have done? It sounds like it's something that could be, get a year? I mean, that's a big penalty.
I think he's going to get a year suspension just for that second gun.
Wow.
Issue.
Yeah.
How do you not?
Was it illegal for him to have the gun?
Wasn't illegal, but it's against policy with the NBA.
It's against it's against their thing where, you don't want to have a
year suspension.
Well, I think this next thing might, whatever he's got.
Because it happened, and the only reason I say that is it happened so close to the last one.
I think they got to suspend him because he's a goofball.
It's like everything he did to the NBA, he was lying. He didn't feel bad about what he did because he did it again so close to the last time he did it.
The problem is you have people, there is a thing, and this is what's funny, though, because the NBA trots out Karl Malone. But there is a thing where there's you're doing that on Instagram and you got kids,
It's like a code of conduct type deal.
Yeah. But let me go back to Karl Malone marching out, which I don't understand. But okay,
Yeah, that kills all
I know it.
credibility.
But they're going to suspend him. They're going to suspend him. They're going.
Karl Malone do?
Yeah.
What did he do?
Oh, Karl Malone? Oh, you didn't know? You know what? Look him up. Look up his.
Oh, he is, but what did he do? I remember him playing. I don't remember him doing anything.
Oh, he raped a little girl.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah, look it up. Look it up because I can't really remember it all, and I don't. And, you know, it's disturbing stuff, and and they trot him out.
Wow!
Just like here he is, and they're happy, and they're giving him, they're shaking hands. And
was he convicted of it?
Oh yeah. Well, I don't think.
Was it a suit that got settled or something?
I think it was a relative of his.
Christ!
And I think it was more of an infant, but it was public knowledge. I got to read it. It's so long ago.
Okay, I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, check it out. And also, I want to send you something tonight before we go off the air. But I can't do it now. As soon as we leave, I want you to see. We were talking about JJ Redick.
Yeah.
You got to see his interaction. This is about a month or two ago. That interaction with Perkins was really unbelievable. I'm going to send that to you also.
Okay.
Robin, how do you feel? You ready to call it a night?
Yeah, ready to eat dinner.
Oh, eat dinner. Wow. What are you doing now? What do you got going on the rest of the night?
Just off this.
Yeah. All right.
My old subs, baby. I love it.
Yeah. All right, man. So we'll be back at it on Friday. If anything else comes up, you never know. We might have to jump in.
Yeah, make sure you send me that stuff because I want to see it.
Oh, I'm going to send it to you right now. Let me find the right music so I don't put on. I don't know what happened earlier. That was all of a sudden. Oh, here we are. All right, guys. See you next week.
See it.